You've been lied to about aging, and every day your body is paying the price. If you're over 50, and by the end of the day your legs feel like swollen tree trunks, if your knees sound like popcorn every time you stand, or if it takes 3 tries just to get out of your favorite chair, stop blaming yourself, because this isn't your fault. It's not about getting old or slowing down. It's about collagen. And odds are, no one ever told you just how important it is until your body started screaming for help. By 60, you've already lost over 30% of your collagen. And that loss doesn't just affect your skin or hair. It affects your joints, your muscles, your energy, your ability to move without pain, to live on your terms. And here's the part that makes most people furious. While you've been stretching, massaging, elevating your legs, buying compression socks that feel like medieval torture, or popping pills with more side effects than benefits, the actual solution has been sitting quietly in your kitchen. That's right. The foods you eat, or don't eat, could be the reason your joints hurt, your legs swell, or your body just refuses to bounce back like it used to. But they can also be the reason everything changes. Because there are real foods, common, affordable, delicious foods that can trigger your body to produce more collagen, calm down inflammation, drain the fluid buildup, and rebuild the very tissue that keeps your joints working smoothly. We're talking about foods that go beyond just eating healthy. These aren't vague suggestions like eat more greens. These are specific, science-backed collagen activators that you can start using today, without fancy diets, without expensive supplements, and without guessing. Imagine this. You wake up and your knees feel normal. You walk up the stairs without grabbing the handrail. You stand up without wincing. You look in the mirror and realize you feel like yourself again. It's possible. It's real. And it starts with what you put on your plate. In this video, I'll show you the 8 most powerful collagen-supporting foods that fight pain, reduce swelling, protect your joints, and get you back in control of your body. One bite at a time. And no, this isn't theory. I've seen it work. With my dad, with clients, and with people who thought they were too far gone. This might be the most important nutritional shift you make in the next decade. If this is already hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next might just change the way you train forever. 1. Bone broth. Collagen in its most potent form. Let's start strong, with the oldest, most underrated healing food on the planet. Bone broth. And I'm not talking about the watery stuff in a box labeled chicken stock. I'm talking about real, slow-simmered bone broth, the kind your great-grandmother used to leave on the stove overnight without even thinking twice. This is collagen medicine disguised as soup. When you cook animal bones low and slow, we're talking 24 to 48 hours. You're not just making a flavorful base. You're extracting the core building blocks of joint health. Type 2. 2. Collagen, glucosamine, chondroitin, and essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. These are the exact compounds your joints are begging for. And bone broth gives them to you in a form your body recognizes instantly. Because here's the deal. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at breaking down and using nutrients. But bone broth skips that step. The collagen in it is pre-digested by the slow simmering. Your body slurps it up like a sponge. No wasted effort, no expensive supplements, no guessing. And the benefits? They don't just stay in your joints. Bone broth starts with your gut, healing the lining, calming inflammation, and improving absorption of every other nutrient you eat. You want your body to absorb more vitamin C, magnesium, or omega-3s? Start with a strong gut. Bone broth sets that foundation. Picture this. Every time you sip it, you're literally greasing your joints from the inside out. You're reinforcing the soft, gel-like tissue that cushions your bones, the stuff that keeps your knees from grinding and your ankles from puffing up like balloons. It's like doing joint rehab with a mug. And here's the best part. It's cheap. Grab some grass-fed beef bones or organic chicken carcasses. Your butcher will often give them away. Roast them until they're brown and aromatic. Then simmer with water and a splash of apple cider vinegar. Let it go for a day. When it cools and turns into jelly, that's when you know you did it right. That jelly? That's pure, absorbable collagen. Store it in mason jars. Drink a cup in the morning. Use it as the base for soup or cook your rice in it. One batch can last a week, and the results compound over time. This isn't trendy. This is primal. Your ancestors didn't take collagen pills. They boiled bones, and they lived pain-free lives long before the word arthritis was common. And the best part? It's just the beginning. 2. Wild-caught salmon. The anti-inflammatory armor your joints need. Let's talk about one of nature's most powerful joint protectors, wild-caught salmon. Not just any salmon, wild, not farm-raised. That detail matters more than most people realize. See, wild salmon isn't just high in protein. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids and a compound called astaxanthin, which gives it that deep pink color. Together, these act like a biological shield for your joints, protecting the collagen you've got while helping your body produce more. Omega-3s reduce chronic inflammation like nothing else. They calm the storm that's eating away at your joints, swelling your ankles, and making it feel like your knees are made of rust. Think of omega-3s like the fire extinguisher your body's been waiting for. But here's what most people miss: the skin. That crispy, delicious part everyone scrapes off. It's one of the richest sources of collagen in the fish. In Japan, where people live longer and suffer less from joint degeneration, salmon skin is a delicacy, and they've been eating it for centuries. We're just catching up. And the results can be dramatic. My own father, 74 years old, was dealing with persistent knee swelling. Pills didn't work. Compression didn't work. But when he started eating wild Alaskan salmon 3 times a week, skin included, in 6 weeks, the swelling dropped. His morning walks came back. His doctor was shocked, especially when his inflammation markers dropped by nearly 40%. That's the power of food when you use it right. Wild salmon also delivers a hit of vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium, another must for bone strength and joint support. And it does all this without any side effects, just real nourishment that your body understands. So if you're thinking, where do I even start? Salmon is a solid choice. Grill it, bake it, pan-sear it. But whatever you do, eat the skin. This is more than dinner. This is joint protection in every bite. 3. Citrus fruits, the collagen spark you didn't know you needed. Now here's something most people overlook, because they're too busy chasing collagen powders and protein shakes. But the truth is, without vitamin C, your body can't make collagen. Period. And guess where you find a natural, delicious, and powerful dose of it? Citrus fruits. Oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits. Even the less common ones like kumquats and pomelos. They're not just refreshing, they're essential. They're the spark plug in your body's collagen engine. Without them, it's like trying to build a house without cement. You can have all the bricks you want, aka protein, but nothing will hold them together. Vitamin C is required to activate 2 key enzymes that turn raw amino acids into stable, functional collagen. No vitamin C, no strong tissue. No strong tissue, more pain, more stiffness, more swelling. And this isn't just theory. Back in the day, sailors who went weeks without fresh food developed scurvy, a brutal condition where their gums bled, their wounds wouldn't heal, and their joints deteriorated. Why? No collagen. And why no collagen? No vitamin C. But citrus does more than just flip the collagen switch. It's loaded with compounds called bioflavonoids, specifically hesperidin and diosmin, which have been shown to reduce leg swelling and improve blood flow. In Europe, these bioflavonoids are literally prescribed for chronic venous insufficiency, the medical name for when your veins can't pump blood efficiently from your legs back to your heart. So if you deal with heavy legs, fluid retention, or varicose veins, citrus isn't just helpful, it's crucial. Want a power tip? Don't just eat the juicy part. That white bitter layer under the peel, called the pith, is where most of the flavonoids live, up to 60% more than the flesh of the fruit. That's the part that helps with circulation, inflammation, and antioxidant protection. Try this. Zest your lemons before slicing. Add the pithy segments of orange to yogurt or oatmeal, or throw frozen citrus slices into your water throughout the day. You'll get a slow-release hit of vitamin C and flavonoids that your joints and veins will thank you for. Forget the vitamin aisle for a second. The real joint support? It might just be hiding in that bowl of fruit on your counter. 4. Egg whites. The silent powerhouse for collagen repair. Egg whites might just be the most underrated joint-healing food in your kitchen. And yet, they're packed with the exact building blocks your body needs to make collagen from scratch. Forget the yolk for a moment. Yes, it's nutritious. But the white? That's where the protein magic happens. Almost pure protein. Virtually zero fat. And loaded with glycine and proline, 2 amino acids that your body must have to synthesize collagen. 2 large egg whites give you about 6 grams of high-quality, bioavailable protein. Translation? Your body can absorb and use nearly every gram. No digestive gymnastics. No energy wasted. It goes straight to work, rebuilding tissue, strengthening joints, and supporting recovery. And here's the kicker. Egg whites contain lysine, another crucial amino acid that forms the cross-links in collagen, the tiny connections that give it strength and flexibility. Without lysine, your collagen would be like wet paper, fragile and useless. Now, here's where it gets real. As we age, our ability to produce these amino acids drops. Your body just doesn't make them like it used to. That's why the same workouts leave you sore longer. Why the same movements now feel stiff. You're not broken. You're undernourished. And while plant proteins are good, they often fall short on the specific amino acids needed for collagen. Plus, they're harder to digest as we get older. Egg whites, on the other hand, score one of the highest biological values of any food. Your body knows exactly what to do with them. Pro athletes figured this out years ago. They use egg whites post-workout to accelerate recovery and rebuild muscle tissue. But you don't need to be an athlete to benefit. You just need consistency. Scramble a few extra whites into your breakfast. Add pasteurized egg whites to a smoothie for a protein boost without changing the flavor. Make a meringue, or whip them into high-protein pancakes. Easy, affordable, powerful. Every time you eat egg whites, you're telling your body, hey, here's what you need. Now, go fix it. And your body listens, every single time. 5. Berries, nature's collagen. Guardians in every bite. Berries might just be the most underestimated weapon in your fight against joint pain and collagen loss. They're tiny, yes, But behind that sweet flavor is a powerhouse of antioxidant activity that your body desperately needs. Especially if you're over 50 and already feeling the wear and tear. Every time you eat berries, whether it's blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or even goji or acai, you're flooding your system with compounds that protect your existing collagen from breaking down. Your joints, your skin, even your blood vessels benefit from these little fruits because they're loaded with anthocyanins, which act like a natural defense squad inside your body. They don't just reduce inflammation, they actively block the oxidative stress that eats away at your collagen and makes you feel stiff, swollen, and sore. And that's just the beginning. Berries also support collagen production at the source. Ellagic acid, for example, has been shown to stimulate collagen creation at the cellular level. That means you're not just holding on to what you have, you're giving your body the signal to make more. Over time, that can translate to smoother joints, less stiffness, and even firmer, healthier skin. Now here's what makes berries even more valuable as you age. They help control blood sugar. That might sound unrelated, but high blood sugar is a direct enemy of collagen. It causes glycation, a process that stiffens and weakens your collagen fibers, making everything feel brittle. But the fiber in berries slows sugar absorption, giving you sweetness without the crash, and without the long-term damage. Even better, you don't need fresh, expensive berries to get the benefits. Frozen ones are often just as good. Sometimes even better. They're picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen within hours, which preserves the nutrients far more effectively than berries that have been sitting on shelves. So whether you're blending them into something or eating them straight from the freezer, you're doing your body a huge favor. This isn't about trends or superfoods. This is about giving your body a fighting chance with something as simple, accessible, and delicious as berries. They're sweet, sure, but their real gift is what they protect. And if you want to move better, heal faster, and keep your collagen working for you, this is one habit worth keeping. 6. Leafy greens, the quiet collagen builders. Your body's begging for, they're not glamorous. They don't come in fancy packaging or get hyped on social media. But leafy greens are some of the most essential foods you can eat if you want to rebuild collagen, reduce swelling, and move with more freedom, especially if you're over 50 and feeling the stiffness set in. The dark ones are where the magic happens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, dandelion greens, collard greens, they're loaded with nutrients your joints absolutely depend on, especially as natural collagen production slows down. One of the biggest game changers hiding in these greens is chlorophyll. It's what gives them their deep green color. And research has shown that chlorophyll can actually stimulate the production of procollagen, the precursor your body turns into collagen. And that's not all. These greens are rich in vitamin K, a nutrient most people over 60 are severely lacking. Vitamin K doesn't just help with blood clotting. It plays a critical role in guiding calcium to your bones and joints instead of letting it build up in your arteries where it causes circulation issues. Poor circulation is one of the hidden reasons so many people feel swelling in their legs and feet. So by boosting your vitamin K levels, you're not just helping your bones, you're supporting better blood flow, which helps drain that fluid buildup. Another key player in these greens is magnesium. It quietly supports over 300 different enzymatic processes in your body, including those needed for collagen synthesis and muscle relaxation. And yet, nearly half of all adults over 60 are deficient in it. That deficiency often shows up as muscle cramps, joint tightness, and persistent fatigue. Symptoms that get blamed on age, but are really signals that your body's running on empty. Now, here's the real power move: eating these greens with a source of healthy fat. Because many of the vitamins they contain, like A, K, and E, are fat-soluble, meaning your body can't absorb them properly without fat. That's why tossing a dry kale salad with just vinegar won't do much. You need a drizzle of olive oil. You need avocado in the mix. You need that absorption boost to turn these greens from healthy to healing. Greens won't shout for your attention like other foods do, but if you listen to your body, if you're tired of stiff mornings, swollen ankles, and feeling like your joints belong to someone 20 years older, leafy greens might be the quiet fix you've been missing. 7. Garlic, the unexpected collagen ally that's hiding in plain sight. You probably think of garlic as just a flavor booster, something you toss into a pan to make your food taste better. But the truth is, garlic is one of the most underrated tools you have for protecting and rebuilding your collagen. It starts with sulfur. Garlic is loaded with it, and sulfur is a key ingredient your body needs to build strong, stable collagen fibers. Without enough sulfur, collagen becomes weak, fragile, and unstable, like a bridge built without steel support. That's why joints start to feel unstable, why skin loses elasticity, why you feel like your structure isn't holding up the way it used to. But garlic doesn't stop at construction. It also plays defense. As you age, your body begins producing more enzymes that actually break down collagen, particularly something called MMPs, matrix metalloproteinases. Sounds complicated, but here's the bottom line. Too much MMP activity, and your collagen gets eaten up faster than you can rebuild it. Garlic helps regulate those enzymes, keeping that breakdown in check and slowing the destruction. It also boosts circulation, and better blood flow means more nutrients reach your joints and connective tissue. That's especially critical if you're dealing with swollen legs, cold feet, or that heavy, dragging feeling by the end of the day. Garlic promotes dilation of blood vessels through a compound called hydrogen sulfide, which helps move stagnant fluid and oxygenate your tissues more effectively. And get this, garlic even helps fight off low-grade infections that could be fueling chronic inflammation under the surface. You might not feel sick, but your joints could be silently suffering from microbial imbalance or immune dysfunction. And garlic's natural antimicrobial properties can help clean house, giving your body space to heal. There's just one trick. If you're cooking with garlic, crush or chop it and let it sit for about 10 minutes before adding it to heat. That resting time activates the compound allicin, which is responsible for many of garlic's healing effects. Skip this step, and you miss out on the real benefits. Garlic isn't flashy. It's not trendy. But it's been used for centuries across cultures. Not just for taste, but for strength, endurance, and recovery. And if you're serious about supporting your joints and preserving your collagen, this tiny clove might just be one of the most powerful moves you can make. 8. Bell peppers. The bright, crunchy boost your joints have been waiting for. At first glance, bell peppers just seem like a colorful sidekick on your plate. Crunchy, sweet, maybe something you add to a salad or stir-fry without thinking twice. But here's what most people don't realize. Red, yellow, and orange bell peppers are among the most potent natural sources of joint-healing nutrients you can find, especially when it comes to collagen production. Let's start with vitamin C. One medium red bell pepper gives you nearly 3 times the vitamin C of an orange. That means with just a few slices, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to spark collagen synthesis at the cellular level. Not support, not help. I'm talking about actually triggering your system to make more collagen. And it doesn't stop there. Bell peppers contain capsanthin, a powerful carotenoid that acts like an antioxidant bodyguard, shielding your collagen from degradation. Every day, your body faces damage from the inside and out. UV exposure, stress, processed foods, inflammation. It all chips away at the collagen holding you together. Capsanthin helps you fight back. There's also vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, another essential piece of the collagen puzzle. Without enough vitamin A, your body struggles to regulate the genes responsible for producing collagen, meaning that even if you're eating the right proteins, your system doesn't know what to do with them. Vitamin A helps direct the entire process, like flipping on the lights in a room full of workers. Now, here's where bell peppers really shine for anyone dealing with swelling, stiffness, or joint pain. They're incredibly nutrient-dense with almost no sugar, barely any calories, and a full spectrum of compounds that reduce inflammation. One of those compounds is quercetin, a flavonoid known to calm immune overreactions, improve circulation, and potentially even protect cartilage from wearing down. And all of that comes in a crunchy, sweet, satisfying package that doesn't spike your blood sugar or weigh you down. You can eat them raw, toss them into a quick stir-fry, roast them until the skin blisters and the sweetness intensifies. Whatever fits your rhythm. What matters most is consistency. Because when you feed your body the right tools day after day, the changes add up. The stiffness fades. The swelling backs off. The aches in your knees and shoulders don't hit as hard, or at all. And sometimes, it all starts with something as simple as a pepper. You've been told that aging means slowing down, that pain is normal, that swelling, stiffness, and weakness are just part of the deal once you cross 50. But what if that's not true? What if your joints aren't worn out? They're just undernourished? What if the real problem isn't your body breaking down, but the fact that nobody ever taught you how to build it back up? Because that's what these 8 foods really are. Not trends, not fads, not expensive hacks. They're fuel. Fuel your body recognizes. Fuel your joints have been waiting for. Fuel that flips the switch from decline to recovery. This isn't about eating perfectly. It's about eating intentionally. Feeding your body what it's been missing for years, and giving yourself permission to feel strong again. Not 5 years from now, not if you're lucky, but starting this week. Imagine this: waking up and walking without wincing, bending down without hesitation, finishing the day without that heavy, swollen feeling in your legs. Not because you took another pill, but because you made a choice. You chose to fight back. Naturally, intelligently, consistently. And now you know how. So, let me ask you, what's the one thing you're changing in your training after this? Because that decision, that first step, might just change the way you age and live from this moment on. If this video gave you at least one aha moment, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's keep building this together. And if you're serious about feeling better, moving better, and staying strong long-term, this is where the real work begins.